Monmouth and Kennesaw State have journeyed through the Big South over the past 2 months unscathed. That brings us to today as the Hawks and Owls battle here in Kennesaw, Georgia for the Big South Conference Championship on our Ingalls Big South Game of the Week. Hi, friends, and welcome in with Jay Sonhalter, Pete Yannity with you. So here we are, a couple of teams picked at the top of the league going in, battling in a very unique situation. Never in 20 years of football has the Big South had an outright title game.
Yeah, Pete, both teams have been on a collision course to get to this point in the season. For Monmouth, though, they have to win today to get into the tournament. And for Kennesaw State, you know, they probably have a little bit more room with only one loss on the season. Monmouth has 3, but the goal is to be the Big South champion. And both teams have been trekking to this point, playing their best football.
Got an interesting matchup of quarterbacks today, starting with Tony Muskett for the Monmouth Hawks out of New Jersey.
He's been fantastic throughout this season throwing the football. He's been accurate, almost 65% on the season. Only 6 interceptions, so he's protecting the ball. The coaches trust him in the offense, and he's grown week in and week out. Now, over on the other side, Kennesaw State has had outstanding play from Xavier Shepard. He's come in and become an instant leader to the offense, running the football in between the tackles. He's been so physical. For him today, he's got to throw the ball to loosen up the secondary, where he's already been and provided the boost to the offense this season throwing the ball. He's the best throwing quarterback Kennesaw State has had in their history.
Kennesaw State's won 4 of the 6 meetings, but Monmouth won the last 2, and they venture down from the Northeast to try to claim a 3rd straight Big South title. We kick it off when we come back after this. What a beautiful day we have just north of Atlanta. Temps in the mid-50s, a little bit of wind, but getting ready for a Big South championship game. Let's go down to the sideline to the 3rd member of our team, Lauren Kirkley. Lauren?
Welcome into 5th Third Bank Stadium, where the Big South undefeated will battle it out for a Big South championship. These two teams are no strangers to each other, but what's interesting is the coaching staff. Both Coach Bohannon and Coach Hallahan started and developed their respective programs, and they're chasing after a 3rd title in the past 5 seasons. I hope you guys are ready for a game, because we have a matchup on our hands here in Kennesaw, Georgia, guys.
For Monmouth's defense, the goal is to get Kennesaw State in 3rd and long situations. This is a physical group up front in their front 7. They've battled injuries as well, but they're starting to get healthier coming into this last game of the year.
Both these teams lamenting about the injury situations that have beset them throughout this rugged season. You had a feeling, though, when you looked at the schedule, looked at how things were picked in the Big South, we might end up with 2 teams unbeaten in league play. A pitch and a hole. All kinds of room to run. And a huge gain for Irving Smith, the slot back, returning to the lineup this week, and he's into Monmouth territory.
In order to spring a big run in this offense, you've got to have wide receivers on the outside blocking. Oscar Gonzalez, number 19, really sprung this play. That was a nice job by Smith, finding the hole. We'll see the pitch by Shepard, bringing up the defender, pitch to the outside, and a nice job just taking off 3rd and long. You figure it's going to be a throw. No, in this offense, they'll keep the ball on the ground.
40 yards, his longest run of the season. His previous best was 34, getting all the way to the 31 of the Hawks. Shepard looking to throw again, connecting over the middle in the red zone. Beautiful slant pass and a beautiful connection to Adeleke and Kennesaw State. Right off the bat, knocking on the door.
And Shepard did a little jab fake, looked like he was going to run the ball, went back in the pocket, initially looked over towards the right. That brought the safety over. Then Adeleke was streaking right down the hashes. Good job once he caught that ball, protecting it as he got hit.
Kennesaw 24 touchdowns and 35 red zone trips coming into the game. Shepard, QB keep, gets close, and he's in. Touchdown. And that's the X factor of the guy who spells his name with an X, Xavier Shepard. Just when you think you've gotten things figured out with their slots, suddenly you got a QB who can run right at you. That's why he's their leading rusher, and he picks up his 16th rushing touchdown of the season, among the top 2 in FCS.
And this is smash mouth football, right at the point of attack. Good job by Hall O'Neal, the right tackle, and then Caleb O'Neal, the best blocking wide receiver for this Owls team, leading the way up front, blocking down, then Shepard just running through the man to get in the end zone.
Bottom of your screen is Moore, Muskett's favorite target, and that's where he's throwing toward the end zone. Incomplete. I think Moore will be the first one to tell you he had a chance to make the grab. Ja'Cory Burks, the cornerback, was closing, but boy, that is one that Moore would love to have back. Would have been his 7th touchdown of the season. 5:59 to go. Opening quarter, 7-0 Kennesaw. Back in our Ingles Big South game of the week, presented by Ingles. Low prices, love the savings. Beautiful fall afternoon here in Kennesaw, Georgia at Fifth Third Bank Stadium, the home of the Kennesaw State Owls, and they have the early 7-0 advantage near the top of your screen. He is a center of attention so far this afternoon. Hawks 1 of 3 on third down tries. Musket, pressure, and he's sacked. Kennesaw State's defense adding to its total on the year. That's number 18, and it'll be a punting situation once again.
A good job by that whole defensive line working together. Musket was looking for more. He was running a deep crossing route. We'll see him as the pocket collapse, looks over towards the left, goes to the right, and there's just nowhere to go. Kennesaw State getting that initial surge.
I'd give Tyler more credit, but there were about 2 or 3 other black jerseys around him. You'll see the eye from this team. You'll see guys in the slot. You'll see a whole lot of that. The option and getting it to Adeleke. He's got room down the sideline. Running away from defenders, and he's in. Adelu Adeleke with the touchdown. His 2nd rushing TD of the season, and just like that, a 2-score advantage.
Well, Adeleke is the speed back in this offense. But how about the vision, recognizing where the lane was? Look at the blocking on the outside. Oscar Gonzalez, number 19. And then Caleb O'Neill, number 86. Good job by Kyle Glover as well, leading up there in a huge lane to run through. And this Owls offense is starting to gain momentum.
Xavier Shepard attended one high school in Nashville academically, but played his football at Pearl Cone High School. And so you see that in some situations where a school doesn't offer football, so a student will go play elsewhere. Shepard, the quarterback, keeps. So difficult in that situation for a defense. He's inside the 5.
The offensive line, the running backs, wide receivers for Kennesaw State, they're getting pushed up front. They're winning that battle of being physical.
Going downhill so far in this game. 213 yards of total offense. Shepard, did he get across? He did. Touchdown. 6th time this season with multiple rushing touchdowns in a game for Xavier Shepard.
Once you get inside the red zone, you put the ball in your best player's hands. Shepard has been a star early on in this game. The offensive line, especially on the interior, doing a nice job getting push. This offense looks like they're playing with an edge, winning at the point of attack. Shepard making the right decisions. When he's running the football, he's refusing to go down, churning his legs, and they're rolling right now.
3rd championship in the conference since 2017. The Kennesaw State Owls, 21-0. Lonnie Moore to return for Monmouth. Has a hole near side and some room to run. Pushes blocker strategically, stays in bounds, and there he goes. And a quick answer for the Hawks just when they needed it most. Lonnie Moore, his previous long in a return was 47 yards, takes it to the house, no flags behind, and the Hawks are on the board.
Well, and Moore is your best player on offense. He's a leader for this team. He's got track speed, but the biggest thing is recognizing your team needs a big play. Look at this run, following the blockers up front. A nice job just staying patient, waiting for the hole in the lane to develop, and then the push down the sideline.
Miller, who backs him up a receiver, so they're around each other all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that was just outstanding with him just waiting for that to develop and then pushing Miller along to spring him loose.
So Null's kick is away. His first kickoff of the day, and we will get a return on the other side. Gabriel Benyard looking for room outside. And a good run back, knocked out just shy of the 40-yard line. The intent has always been to throw the ball more. As he told us so when we talked to him this week, he didn't want to overcook that thought, but he does recognize 8 in the box is a common thing. And that time, it is a pitch for Cousin, a seam to run, a dive, and he's in. Touchdown.
And so many times, Pete, when you see an offense, you say they're in the zone, and usually that's through the air. But right now, Kennesaw State making all the right decisions, making the blocks on the outside, The quarterback, running back relationship with the pitch, spot on, and they're just hitting big play after big play. Everyone is doing their job on the outside, guys clearing thing out. And look at the energy over on the sideline. This offense is rolling.
3rd down and 6. Musket. And that time, Archie. And he's able to get some more after the catch. Leaping grab near the sideline. Almost had the look that he thought a defender was closing in. Didn't realize how much extra room he had. Gets inside the 25. Here just north of Atlanta, Brian Bohannon's team trying to extend the winning streak to 9 in a row. He's downstairs with Lauren. Lauren?
Coach, you held Monmouth scored up until later in that second. Your special teams gave up a touchdown. What went wrong there?
We didn't cover very well. They brought it back to field. We just didn't cover the kick very well. It's unfortunate. We played well. You know, we gave up a cheap touchdown on a kickoff return. Other than that, we done some good things in the first half. We got to come out ready to go in the second half.
Your defense, though, overall has been a machine. What have you seen from them?
They're playing hard. They're doing their job. That's all we talked about is come out, play hard, do your job, and they're doing that right now. What we got to do in the second half, it's a 4-quarter game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Brian Bohannon's won 61 games since starting this program in the middle of last decade. And in the opening half, yeah, his team did play well. They had gained Monmouth 310 to 168. At the break in the Big South Championship game, the Kennesaw State Owls own a 28-10 lead on Monmouth on our Ingles Big South Game of the Week. Monmouth has to be kicking itself, having forced the fumble on the initial snap of the 3rd quarter, but a chance for the defense to get a stop, get the ball back for the offense, and that appears to be the case. Averages 37 yards a punt. And a fake. And it's going to go for a 1st down. And once again, the big fella. 3rd down and long. Deep drop for Shepard. Near sideline. Man open. Cousin pulls it in, going out of bounds for the 1st down. Keep in mind, on the first snap of the 3rd quarter, the Owls fumbled it on a handoff exchange, but on the very next play, Monmouth fumbled it, and they haven't had it back since. And Shepard, a chance for a 4th touchdown of the day, and he's got it and grows the lead. Four rushing touchdowns for Xavier Shepard. That's a season high in a game. And on the year now, he has 19 on the ground.
He's been the player of the game so far. And here's the problem with Monmouth's defense. When you load things up, if you get through that initial wave, there's no safety valve on the back end. There's a line of defense, and Shepard again running through contact, being physical.
Review.
Brian Bohannon, the head coach of Kennesaw State, observing Monmouth's defense, saying they had changed the defense over the past couple of seasons and really used their front 7 to make an impact. That's not been the case today. We have seen this, though, and once again, Ian Cousin gonna sprint, and this time get all the way to the house. And the beat goes on for the Owls.
And this is such a tough offense to defend. If you get out of position, Kennesaw State is going to make you pay. In Monmouth, on the outside, they didn't hold their gap. They jumped towards the inside, and that's what allowed the long run, the open lane on the sideline.
38 yards for Cousin. Had a run of better than 40 yards in the opening half, and that's why he's got 3 carries for 114 yards in the game. But remember, Coastal Carolina, their very last game in anything in the Big South came at the end of June in 2016. Looking deep, connecting with Green, and the touchdown. So Musket able to break through. And he's able to continue a streak of having at least 1 touchdown toss in each game this season. Probably just a couple more snaps needed. And now they finally got Coach Bo on the sidelines. He is fired up.
Some more water coming in from left field over there.
Looks like he's getting his guys ready to go play another 60 minutes.
That was great strategy, though. One of the assistants, he was working with the players. He came over to give him a hug, held him up long enough. And then Jake Lasser, number 55, he was carrying the tub of Gatorade.
Whole lot of excitement here in Kennesaw, Georgia for the Owls this afternoon. A final kneel down by Hardy, and that'll do it. And the Kennesaw State Owls are the 2021 Fall Big South football champions. Third title in the past 5 years. The head coaches Brian Bohannon and Kevin Callahan shake at the middle of the field. Brian Bohannon improving his record as the head coach who started this program to 62-17 in his 7th season. Owls close out the regular campaign with a 9th straight win at 10-1 overall, a first ever 7-0 record in the Big South. For Monmouth, they fall to 7-4, 6-1, and now will await their fate, hoping they can get an at-large bid at 7-4 to the FCS playoffs. But a field of a couple of dozen teams. Look at Coach Bohannon getting this crowd into it. Hope to have Lauren visit with the head coach. And a fired up Brian Bohannon.
That's great.
Hope Lauren's ready for the energy. He was pretty energetic when she visited with him at the half. Let's set it down to Lauren Kirkley with the winning head coach. Lauren?
Coach, first of all, I want to say congrats. Complete domination on both sides of the ball for you guys today. What do you think of your team as a whole?
Proud of them. They came out motivated, really played pretty well today. Extremely proud of them. Listen, this football team's been through a lot, and for them to come out and do this today, I don't know how many good words I can say about them. Just extremely proud of them. A great win today. We're Big South Conference champions. We're going to leave the thing the right way, and I'm proud of them.
Yeah, you were asked earlier this week what it meant for this to be the last Big South title that you played for. You said you wanted to go out strong. Do you feel like you did that?
We did. It was our motto whole year. Every Big South game had a little more emphasis than normal, and I think this one, because of the last 2 years and because of what it meant for our kids and our program to lead this thing the right way, extremely proud of them, and I think we did that.
3 titles in the past 5 seasons. What does this program mean to you?
It's everything. I mean, you know, we started this thing from scratch. Nobody really thought we could do anything. I'm not sure people thought we'd get 11 people on the field at one time. And shoot, look what these kids have done, this staff has done, man. It's unbelievable. I'm proud to be a part of it. It's unbelievable.
Congrats, Coach. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you very much.
Brian Bohannon. And Jay, to Lauren's point and to the coach's answer, I think it was important that the guy who would start this program from scratch less than 10 years ago, I think it's important that he was pretty much Georgia through and through, and those connections in this state were a big reason why he was able to get this program up and running. But his quarterback from Nashville, Tennessee, was the big story today. Xavier Shepard downstairs visiting with Lauren. Lauren?
First of all, congratulations. Describe to me what that bench was like when you knew you guys had this game won.
It was unreal, honestly. Everybody's excited. We worked so hard the whole season. Just putting it all together in this one game just feels unreal.
4 rushing touchdowns today. That's your season high. What got into you out there today?
Championship games, big players make big plays in big-time moments. So just try to be there for my teammates. Everybody did their part, offense, defense, special teams. So we just try to put a whole game together.
Going forward, looking ahead into postseason, what's your mindset?
One game at a time, you know. We'll take one day at a time. Just try to get better each and every day.
Congrats.
Thank you.
118 yards on the ground today for Shepard to lead the way. His teammate Ian Cousin on just 3 carries at 114. Part of a rushing effort of 472 yards for Kennesaw State. You want to be playing your best football in November. Today might have been that launching pad to not only another game in this month, but maybe a few more after that.
Outstanding effort, and just the reactions you see down in the field. That's hard work paying off. And on your home field, you're able to execute your goal to be Big South Conference champion in the fashion that you played with today is something that this whole program can be proud of.
Big South Commissioner Kyle Callander kind to join us at the half. He's here for this big day, and down near midfield you see Coach Bo for Kennesaw State. He and his team about to be presented the Champions Trophy. He was actually outside of the area where he needs to be. There's Kyle Callander, the Big South Commissioner. They're trying to get Brian Bohannon, the head coach, back there. See several of the team members. There's the presentation. There's the head coach with the Owls around him.
President Cat Flag and Athletic Director Clinton Overton set to present the trophy to Coach Bohannon and the football team. Hey guys, I think it's safe to say that the Owls are back. Congratulations to Kennesaw State, 2021 Big South Conference football champions, and good luck in the NCAA, guys.
Great feeling it is for Brian Bohannon to hoist that Big South Champions trophy. And again, a program less than 10 years old, the third time they've been able to do that since 2017. Put a button on it for me, Jay, and what we witnessed here today.
Well, you see the emotions out on the field. They deserved this victory. It's the culmination of all the hard work, the practices, their championship mentality. It all came to fruition today. And this team is going to be dangerous. Once they await their opponent, whether they have a bye week or game next week, they're going to be rolling into that next matchup playing their best football.
And that they are. Dominant today with a 49-17 victory on what was a championship Saturday in the Big South Conference. Brian Bohannon and the Kennesaw State Owls hold the title, their final regular season game in the Big South, and they take care of business against Monmouth.